Pa.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Just gonna keep right here. Get out of it, baby! Get out of the fucking box! Get out of it, man! He wants to go outside. Come here, dog. Come on. Fish, turn the light on or some shit. Can't even see him. Turn the light on. No, see this?
Who's that creeping in my window flexing, huh? Window flexing, huh? Window flexing. Heard the homie locked up. What's the info flexing, huh? Info flexing, huh? Info flexing.
Alright, whānau, welcome back to the board up. I'm the host with the most with the fastest coach here in now it is. And it is my privilege and my honour to welcome Rubes back onto the
Cheers,
podcast.
bro. Cheers, good to be here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it for a little while, but I think it's been, 3 months or something since the last time I was on. Yeah. And it's been a lot happen in that time. Yeah. So, yeah, it's cool to come back on and see you. Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, no, fuck, I'm doing good. Fuck. Just watched the bro have a bit of a scrap and unlucky. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, so for those listening, we're currently watching the Lights Out show, Tommy Gunn show over in, is it hosted in Tauranga?
I think so.
Yeah. And there's been some pretty good fights so far, but we just watched our boy Kaz fight in the last fight, 9-minute round, knockout only, fighting card check, which is in the Thai rope wraps. Yeah. And he was looking really strong, but unfortunately he got stopped, and that's just the way the game goes. So, yeah.
Carry on, and then get the bro back up there. He'll be all right.
Yeah. But, yeah.
So, how about you? How are you?
Good.
Nice.
Good, yeah. It's been an interesting time.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I listened to our last podcast yesterday. And it's kind of crazy, like listening to me talk 3 months ago to, see the change that has happened in that time. One of the big things that's happened in that last podcast, I talked about, some people I wanted to fight. And one of the boys I fought last was Colin, who I talked about in the podcast. And in that fight, I buggered my knee.
Yeah.
Tore my meniscus in half, and they call it a bucket handle tear, where the inside's lifted up like a bucket handle.
Yeah.
Basically folded over, and it jammed inside my knee joint, so I was all kind of locked up. I mean, the story of how the injury happened is, I guess, kind of a funny one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, we were fighting on their show, New Era show. We were headlining that main event, fighting for the IKBF. Was it light middleweight?
Yeah.
Or middleweight, one of them belt. And I was feeling good, coming off a win, feeling confident, and looking forward to a good fight. It was somebody who I'd been eyeing up, and it was real cool. And then went to the fight, saw a few of the other boys fight beforehand. Brock Gow from Unified MMA in Taumuru, he got a knockout stoppage, so that was pretty cool to see. The bro Rangi Pahuhegi, who he fought the fight before me. He had been training with us, leading up to that. And he was probably one of my main sparring partners for that camp.
Nice.
It's cool watching him fight. But leading up to the fight, noticed a few policemen at the show. Mm-hmm. And there was quite a few of them, probably about six you know,
Yeah.
a few interesting looking characters as well. So you could see something's going on. But I didn't really think anything of it. And then, you know, was warming up for my fight, had my track pants on and my hoodie over all my fight gear. Because it was pretty cold in there. It was in like a tennis centre. They had a big dome up over the court, but there were places kind of close to the ground where it didn't, you know, and the wind was just cutting through the whole venue. So it was pretty cold in there, and I was just warming up in my warm gear, you know, and then come up to the fight, take it off. So I'm walking out in my fight gear, and it's kind of cold, you know, but still didn't think much of it. And then, we go into the ring. We go to start the fight, and about 15 seconds into the first round, all the lights in the venue turned off.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I was like, hey.
Which was so strange, bro.
Yeah, because you were coming up quite there too.
Yeah.
Like, you were fucking piecing up. I was like, hey.
I came out real aggressive at the start.
Yeah.
And I think I landed like maybe one combo or something, and then boom, all the lights went out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to think, but I went back to my corner. They stopped the fight. My corner put towels over me to try and keep me warm because it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
Not sure how long the lights were out for, but it was like quite a while. I want to say probably, 5 or 10 minutes, enough to cool down.
Yeah.
And everybody in the crowd was shining all their phone lights up into the ring. And that was pretty surreal because you're kind of up on a platform looking around and everybody's just it was hard case. But yeah, anyway, I said to my corner, I'm not fighting in the dark. So we waited for the lights to come back on and then went back into the fight. And the first round went pretty well. I did get clipped with one shot and it just made me think, fuck, I've got to make sure I don't get clipped with that again. But I never got hit with that again. So there was I was starting to feel pretty free and loose, and I landed a few of those like Superman tomahawk elbow things on him. You know, I was feeling good, and then first round finished, and I felt real confident. And then coming into the second round, continued to keep that pace, but quite early in that round, I went to go and check a kick, a leg kick, and the kick kind of come around the side of my leg, which made my leg tilting like this, and then I stepped forward to counter, and when I landed, my leg wasn't quite straight, and it
just blew
out, and I didn't quite know what had happened. Kind of danced around for 2 or 3 seconds, and then went down. Yeah. And I was like, I knew straight away, fuck, I can't continue the fight. And I was looking around, and I could see everybody looking at me, and
like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. and all I could do was just, take it on the chin. I couldn't even walk out of the ring. Wow. My coaches and my brother carried me through the ropes and back to the changing rooms. And afterwards Colin come out and and saw me, thanked me for the fight. He's a bloody good dude. Great role model and good fighter. He was fucking strong. I could feel that when I hit him. It was like hitting a brick wall.
What was it like when you, like, was it just like sore pain, instant, fuck? Or was it like, what the fuck, sort of, fuck, does it look fucking weird? It looked awkward.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
Like sometimes you get little things like pains and you give it a second and it might go away.
Yeah.
A lot of the time it goes away. This didn't. I was like, nah, fuck, there's something wrong. But anyway, the reason I bring up the police and, and the backstory is because after I had been checked out by the medics and had a bit of a conversation with my coaches, my family, we were main event, so the show was finished and everybody had pretty much left, and we pulled the car up out the front of the venue, and my brother-in-law and my brother helped to carry me out to the car and caught up with the promoter, Stevie. He came and, gave me his good wishes and paid me for the fight, and he said to me, sorry about the lights, it was the cops, they turned them off, so something happened, bro, and I don't really know what, and I don't want to know, but it was really interesting. It was a hard case because last year, last year, probably a year ago, I fought on their show, their first show. Was fighting one of their boys, and was giving him a good tune-up, and I think it was between the second and third round, all of the bikies there went and jumped on their bikes, bro. We were all doing burnouts all around the tennis court, and it was hard case, bro. But yeah,
fucking pigs, eh?
Yeah, but anyway, so I had this injury, and I was gutted. I didn't know. I didn't know what had actually happened, and I was thinking worst case could be ACL, MCL, all that stuff. And was just thinking like, fuck, I was feeling so good, man. Yeah. As a fighter, I felt I had fights booked for the rest of the year, like a busy end of year booked, and I was feeling great. And then to go from that to just no more, it was pretty hard. And but I got onto it early, I went home that night, just stayed at home, but I was in a load of pain. And then the next day went into ED, and they suspected it was a meniscus tear, which they were bang on. But they referred me to a sports specialist, and I called them the next day on Monday, and they were booked out till January. So I went back into Victoria Clinic. They've been really good with me in the past, and got another referral, and then boom, everything happened, and I had the surgery within 3 weeks of the injury. So that was really good. I think I had 1 day off work after the injury, and then a week off after the surgery. I've been just trying to keep going, bro.
Yeah, no, fuck, you're looking sharp as, like, fuck, I was like, how the fuck are you still beating everyone up with that fucking nail? Just one leg. Fuck off, get out of my face, bro.
Well, I mean, it's been 6 weeks since the surgery, nearly 7 weeks, but I had my 6-week catch-up on Monday. Okay. And the surgeon said to me, if I'm going to be doing any sort of combat sports, boxing is probably the best thing. I still can't do a lot. I still can't run, jump. I can't squat past 90 degrees. I can't do a lot of the sideways footwork, that sort of stuff. And I can be a little bit slow off the mark too. But I'm just glad I'm doing it, because when I had that catch-up, the surgeon said to me, some surgeons, when they put patients through these surgeries, they keep them on crutches for 6 weeks. And that would have meant that I would have only just come off them on Monday. And I thought, fucking, I've been sparring for like a month, bro. It
felt like you just walked straight into the gym after you got hit. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But no, I'm grateful that I've been able to continue doing some stuff, but also not get re-injured. There's been a couple of things that I've done where I've kind of regretted it. I did one run. I went to the beach one day, and it was feeling really good, so I was like, I'll just put the sneakers on and just give it a little go, and then ended up pumping out 8Ks, but my knee just had fluid in it, and it wasn't in a good condition, and my physio noticed and told me to stop. But like, I know I shouldn't be doing it, bro, but it's for my mind. And then today I went for a walk up Maungatautari, up to one of the peaks up there, and it was all good. It felt pretty good all the way up, but just coming down, it just made it a little bit.
How long is that walk?
Oh, I think took me 3 hours or something.
What? 23 Ks?
No. 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's not that, but I was going slow. It's not that far.
Yeah.
It's not that far, but it's just the incline and the...
True. Yeah. And that's what would have put strain on the old knee, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. But, I feel like since I've had the knee injury, there's been so much stuff that's happened in my life. And I feel like it sounds cheesy as fuck, but I feel like I'm a completely different person, eh? I mean...
Well, in a good way or bad way?
Yeah, in a really good way. I feel like it was a catalyst to start change, right? And in that time, there's been other big life-changing things that have happened as well. But I feel like that was the first out of those things to kind of put me on a track. And... I mean, there's been a few other things, like I sold my house. My grandmother passed away. Which meant reconnecting with family.
Yeah,
and just thinking about things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And I know I've still got a long way to go, but I'm in a completely different place now
Different
to where I
mindset,
was when I was sitting here talking to you 3 months ago. And I'm just, taking stock of the things I'm grateful for, bro, and actually taking some time to think about what I want out of my life.
Yeah.
And, taking a bit of time for myself, taking time to heal, taking time to learn. I'm learning a whole lot of new things. You know, before this, I was always in a fight camp.
Seems like you were forever in fight camp. Were you always doing something, you know?
Yeah, well, I had a schedule, bro.
Yeah.
I had a schedule, and that was pretty tight, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I had what I did on certain days, and
Yeah.
and I'd do my best to make it work. And what that meant was that there was no room for other things like for me to experience other methods of training or work on things that I wouldn't normally work on.
Yeah.
Right. So I've it's been good. If I could change it, if I could change whether I got injured or not, I wouldn't.
Yeah. It's good, a bit of an eye opener. Yeah.
Big time. Like
With a
I say,
realization type thing, eh?
it just like it sucked, bro.
Yeah.
It really, really sucked. And there were times where I was really, really down.
Yeah.
But that was part of what
created this.
Morphed me in that direction. So, no,
Fuck, that's mean, though. Unless you're, thinking of the good in it. A lot of people would just, down and out, drink, gay.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not much of a drinker.
Yeah.
I have had time feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah.
But like I say, I felt that pain in that moment, and then later on, because it's not just the pain of the injury. It's the pain of having your whole life routine just
fuck,
gone.
What now, eh?
Yeah. And so, I had that painful period, but then I started realizing that things lined up.
Yeah, reshaped yourself.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah, so it's been really good. I've been able to learn from a few different people. Learn a few different things. Once my knee's a little bit stronger, I'm looking to do a lot of work with Sandy to really upskill on my clinch since I've got the time.
Yeah.
I've worked a little bit with a martial artist named Ian Waite, who's not a combat sports athlete, but he did a lot of the Jeet Kune Do stuff over in the States and a lot of Taekwondo. But he also did a lot of studied Western sports science and just Western medicine, and he's kind of combined the two of them together to make his own thing. A lot of the stuff that he focuses on is fascia training and how to utilize it and stuff like that. So I've been learning quite a bit off him, which has been really cool. I also want to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Sally. She has basically developed her own system of training, a lot of it's, I guess, mobility and strength training, a lot of slow stuff. Quite challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really challenging. And a lot of breathing exercises and things like that. So I've done one session with her, and she's having a 3-day course coming up on the 27th, 28th and 29th of this month, December.
NTA?
No. In Whangamata. But it's well worth the trip, and it is the holiday season, so people are probably going to be going to beaches and stuff anyway. And she used to train a little bit at Unified MMA, so some of the boys that we train with know her, so you boys who are listening to this,
get down, bro.
Yeah, you already know, the go. But yeah.
Are you taking, like when you say that you're working with all these different types of people? Are you taking what you need, or are you just taking everything from that person? If you know what I mean.
I mean, you can learn something from everything that they try to teach you, whether you agree with it or not.
Yeah.
The way that you use it is up to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because once again at the gym, it's like someone trying to teach me something, and I'm like, that's not really my sort of style, eh? Like, but then I take it on that, and then I do other things, like with Bronze, like he teaches me the plyometrics and shit. But I only do what I can do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to overcommit to everything, eh?
Yeah.
Because then that's more work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess part of the reason why I'm branching out is, if you have exposure to ideas that are outside of the box, then it's not necessarily that you have to adapt all of that, like take all of those ideas as your own.
Yeah.
But they make you start thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Right? Which is really important. I think it's important for our mental health too.
Yeah. Mental health is a big problem.
Yeah, it is a big problem. And I think everybody has their own struggles with mental
definitely.
health, right? And you got to do things to look after it. You've got to consciously do things to look after it. And so some of these people who are developing these systems that I'm following, or starting to follow, starting to tap into now, they take a lot of that into account.
Yeah.
So when I talk about Zali and her training system, it's holistic.
Yeah.
It's not just physical.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can find the stuff that she does on Instagram at Ali Movimento. Give her a follow.
Yeah.
Go to her course. It's pretty impressive.
Beneficial as, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's really important that we keep that in mind, and try to make the best out of everything that we can, right? And I've tried to do that with fighting, because you look at fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting can be extremely destructive.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Or it can be extremely constructive. Yeah. And it's up to whoever has that to decide what they're going to do with it. And it's the same with anything else in life, right? It's the same with anything. Also, just on that mental health buzz, I want to give another shout out, right?
Definitely.
Sorry, I'm shouting everybody out. If you get all the boil up followers or following you on Instagram or whatever, I'm sorry. But
well, good, brother, go for it.
I want to give a shout out to my good coach, Sandy Halig.
Yeah.
She has been promoting suicide awareness through a lot of the things that she does with her training and her Muay Thai. She's taking the sport, what the sport is to her, and making it constructive. And that's really inspiring.
Yeah.
So she knows a lot of people.
Yeah, she does.
She goes around so many different gyms and has a big influence.
Yeah.
And one of the things that she takes with her is, this thing around suicide awareness, which is really important.
Yeah, because it's big as in New Zealand.
It is big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most, deaths in New Zealand is from that.
And so she started a challenge. She calls it the 50-50 challenge. 50 kicks followed by 50 seconds deep breathing, mindfulness practice.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
So you can follow Sandy on Chiang Noi Muay Thai on Instagram. And to anybody out there in the martial arts world, if you feel like giving the challenge a go, take a video of it, do it at your gym, and tag her in. Yeah, she would really
cool
appreciate
as,
it. She's super cool.
Like, she's real bubbly and she comes in, it's not like, do the da-da-da.
No, she's a really good person.
She's like, hey, Barry, how you doing? Fine, nice hat. I was like, oh, thanks a lot. I got it off Temu. No, but she was like, no, she's like real cool.
Yeah. No, she is, and she's got a lot of wisdom.
Yeah,
she's got a lot of time.
Yeah, she looks real knowledgeable, eh?
Yeah,
she looks like she knows a lot, bro.
Yeah,
not just but just not even in fighting, just even out in the world.
I mean, already with this challenge that she's put out there, you got a lot of gyms throughout New Zealand and Aussie already doing it, right? Some well-known gyms, which is really cool to see,
nice.
right? and it shows her influence, but it also shows her connections.
Yeah.
She's been around the block.
Yeah.
In fact, all of my coaches have.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, just on that, I guess on that suicide awareness, I lost a good mate to suicide.
Yeah.
In fact, he lived a couple of houses down the road here.
Right.
Yeah, and we were only young. Really well-known dude. Went to Taumuru College here. I was a year older than him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, everybody knew him, and I knew him. But I wasn't really close with him until after we left school. Because after I left school, you know, I didn't know what to do, so I just jumped on anything and went and became a brickie, because that's what my old man was, so it was easy for me to get a job. And maybe a year later, Reese jumped on board.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was a good dude, man. Loving young guy and full of potential.
Yeah.
And you just would think, you know, like this, you'd almost be envious of him, right?
Yeah.
I think I want to say he was head boy at school and captain of the first 15. You know, like he was.
Oh, going somewhere. Eh?
He was going somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
He was going somewhere. Yeah, and while he came and worked with us. While he worked with us, me and him got really close.
Close, yes.
And he bought a car, and he didn't have a license, so I would get a ride into work and he would drive into work, because it's like not very busy. It's early in the morning, and then in the afternoons after work, in the evenings, I'd drive us back, right? Because I had a license, so it was all legal. But yeah, just one day, I asked him, you know, I'll drive you back, and he said, oh no, I'm gonna go catch up with my old lady who's in Hazelmere in Te Aomuru. And he went and turned up to work the next day, and no Reese. And we got the call later in the day that, you know, something had happened.
Yeah.
And what happened only happened right at the end of the street that we're on now. You know, very close to home. And, you know, there were a lot of people that were close to him and were really affected by what happened.
Yeah.
In fact, Eli was very, very close with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd call them a friend. You would probably more call them a cousin or a brother.
Yeah.
You know, one of the other boys who was very, very close with him, Tumanako, he worked with us at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
When we got the call about what had happened, you know, it was fucking hard and heartbreaking hearing what had happened, but then watching him go through what he went through, hearing about it was shocking. And I think, you know, this is going back 11 years, just over 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And young too.
So I would have only been 19, and I didn't quite understand, like, what was you know, what was going on. But me and him, like, we had a lot of times where it was just me and him, and I felt comfortable to tell him things that I didn't tell, like most of my other friends, you know. We had a good connection. And when it happened, I thought, why didn't he feel comfortable, like, talking to me?
Yeah.
I think I'll carry that forever, bro. I still carry it 11 years later, and I'm sure that a lot of his other friends, like Eli, do as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's like, because I've had like 3 or 4 bros that done the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know, it doesn't get spoken about though with suicide. It's kind of taboo. It's kind of fucking don't stay away from that. You know, they want to talk about it. Oh, bro, because bros would you know, fucking feeling down and out. I'm like, oh, bro, you know, like hard nothing. You know, it's like
it's people's ideas of masculinity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or people's ideas of strength.
Yeah.
But disconnection from yourself isn't strength, bro.
No.
It's not.
No, not at all.
And that's why I think it needs constant attention.
Yeah. Because if you don't talk about it, then it's just going to sit in your head, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes you can't do anything about how you feel. but you can try and understand it, right?
Yeah.
You can try and understand why you feel like that, and then everything passes, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you come out the other end, you'll start to understand why it happened, you know? And, you got to be really important with your thoughts, the way that you think, right?
Yeah, because it could have, one little slip up, bro, one little thought, and then you do something stupid, that affects so many, as you're saying, it affects so many, it just passes it on,
It does.
Passes the pain on.
It does. It
It's
does.
like, fuck.
But I mean, we've got to be mindful of our thoughts, not just when we get to that stage.
Yeah, maybe like knock it on the head before, like way before.
Yeah, well, if we can understand the way that our minds work, then we can set ourselves on a good direction.
Yeah.
Rather than just being consumed by our thoughts and letting that drag us anywhere.
Yeah.
Because, the way I understand it, right, we have a subconscious.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, our subconscious does everything that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It does everything from, when your body's healing to, what pumps your blood to, And so we kind of aren't aware of our subconscious.
Yeah.
We don't understand how it works, right? Because we see it as I guess, I don't know the word. Anyway, our subconscious is quite important, right?
Yeah.
And a good example of this is when we breathe, right? So normally we breathe without thinking about it.
Yeah, I was just doing. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I hope you were just doing it.
Yeah. I was like,
I'll be sitting in here talking to a dead person who's been sitting there not breathing the whole time. No, anyway, we can also make ourselves breathe.
Yeah.
Which is our conscious ability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That shows how thin the line is between our conscious and our subconscious.
Yeah.
Okay? And our subconscious makes us do things when we're not thinking consciously.
Yeah.
We have a limited focus, right? It's like we've got tunnel vision. We can focus on certain things. There's things online you can watch, bro. There's that example of, there's a crowd doing something and a gorilla walks through. They tell you to focus on one thing. You know what I'm talking about,
The gorilla dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that. And then I was like, hey,
Yeah.
The person in the middle, like, dancing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm watching the ball get passed around.
That's right. You know what I'm talking about. So that's our conscious attention, right? It's quite narrow.
Yeah.
And our subconscious does all the other things that we're not focusing on, including if somebody was to say something to you and you were to say something back without thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot that impacts our subconscious and the way that it works, right? There's a lot of external influence and stimulus that impacts us, and we don't quite realize that it's doing but it changes the way that we think. The way that we're designed, right, is we have all of these ideas, right, and all of these thoughts, and we think that they're ours, but really we get everything from everywhere else,
influenced
and
by
everyone else. Right? A lot of the ideas that philosophers and things talk about these days are other people's ideas, right? Or they've been taken from somebody else's idea and then
twisted and done and then they just make their own spin off it.
Yeah. And so it's really important to understand that what we consume impacts who we are and the things that we do.
Yeah.
Right? Because our subconscious sends us subconsciously on a path towards whatever it is that it's aiming at.
Yeah.
Right? But we've also got to be careful not only the external stimulus, but our internal selves, right? So we've got a voice inside.
Yeah.
We talk to ourselves constantly. We might not realize that we do it, and it'll say good things and it'll say bad things. Okay? And all of that imprints into the subconscious.
Yeah.
Also, everything you say, physically say, everything you say to anyone else, things that people say to you, but especially things that you say to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because you can almost make yourself believe something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. If you can believe you can move mountains, you can move mountains. If you believe you can fly, whatever, that's
Well,
that
you
going,
see it
isn't
with compulsive liars. Some people believe their own lies,
Yeah.
right? And it's the same when we say things to other people. We have to be really careful, not just because of the way that it impacts them, but because of how it impacts us,
Yeah.
right? And we need to be consciously thinking about the way that our internal voice is talking about us too.
Yeah.
Right? A good example of this is when I used to train, when I first took it really serious, I was really hard on myself. In my head, I would say to myself, get up there, fucking hell, you lazy fucking blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what's going on in my head. It's not productive.
Nah, because you're just going to cut yourself down, eh?
Yeah, the other thing about your subconscious is it believes absolutely everything you tell it, even if it's not true, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess that's where all of this, you know, people talk about manifestation and people talk about, you know, whatever it is, the secret,
Yeah.
But I think that what happens is when we're able to change our subconscious, it starts making us do things that we're not aware of, that sends us on a path towards whatever it is that we're attracting. And so if you tell yourself, you know, if you're trying to get money and you tell yourself, I'm rich, or whatever it is, you'll start doing things that rich people do.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
And I know it sounds really cheesy, and there's a lot of people out there that talk about this sort of stuff. But I don't think about it in terms of trying to attract money and shit. I use it as an example as to how we should all keep maintenance going in our mental health, right?
Yeah. Because it's a big hard drive in your head and like in your whole, system. And you can take care of yourself physically on the, external, but as you were saying, the internal needs healing too. Yeah. It needs fucking work, it needs to do some press ups inside you. You know what I mean? It's definitely, you got to fucking find your ways.
Just looking up to the fights there, we've got Jake McCoat versus Quade Samuels. That'll be a good fight. I hope they have a replay because it'll be good to watch.
This is a five round fight in those
round card check fight. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
He's a bit of a killer, that Jake Fuller.
He really is, man. He's got Titus in his corner. He's fighting later on tonight as well for the WBC world title. Anyway, we'll watch the replay.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, I'm getting to a place where I'm starting to realise things and starting to become really thankful for a lot of stuff that's happened. And I look back through my life. I've just turned 30, and I've done so much different stuff. All right, and when my grandmother passed away a few weeks ago, I got to catch up with some family that I hadn't seen for a long time. And I saw one of my cousins who, when we were young, we were like that, right? He was my favourite cousin. And I haven't seen him for years.
Is he older, younger, or same age?
He's younger, a little bit younger. Basketballer.
Oh, okay.
Nico McCulloch, but he lives over in Aussie. He's lived in lots of different places around the world, but he lives over in Aussie, and he's always busy, and I'm always busy, and we don't get time to catch up. But we saw each other at the funeral, and we were talking about a few things, and I brought up a few things that he knew had happened in my life, and he said to me, "Fuck, bro, you've had a fucking had a crazy story, bro." And sometimes I don't keep track of it all.
Yeah, do you forget it? Like, just leave it, subconsciously leave it behind you, eh?
Yeah.
Like, just forget about it.
Well, you can't keep everything in the front of your mind.
Nah. But then that
probably
you,
all stored somewhere in my subconscious. Yeah. But it
got you thinking,
Yeah. And there's been a few times some things have come up recently, and I hadn't thought about them for a long time, and kind of have reflected on them. Yeah,
and the process, go through the process of dealing with it, I guess.
Yeah. You think about things in a different light because you're a little bit older and you've kind of stored them away for so long, and then you bring them out and look at them from the point of view of who I am now.
Yeah.
And I see it completely differently. Right? I mean, there's been a few people I've been talking to about those things too. They're not all victim stories, horror stories. Just some really interesting stuff has happened. Yeah. Just changing topic.
You're good.
I'm kind
Change what you do.
of running your podcast.
No, you're right, bro.
Just going on.
This is your show, my brother.
Cheers. Yeah, no, I was just going back to, you know, the different methods of training.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, earlier when we were sitting out in the lounge watching those first couple of fights, he asked me about sparring tomorrow.
Yeah.
But well, not unfortunately, but I'm looking to go out surfing with my mate Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna go early tomorrow. And I can't surf because I can't stand on the board with my bung knee. But one of the things that I've done to help me train alternatively is I went and bought a little whitewater kayak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's only, I don't know, about 5 feet long.
Nice.
And I've been going out, you know, 2 or 3 days a week to go surfing and go and catch some big
Yeah, I've
waves
seen
and
you
piss off
on
some
your Instagram.
surfers.
You've been on boats and that, eh?
Yeah, that's more for work, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's more for work. We can get into that too.
Yeah.
But,
No, yeah, sorry, but yeah.
Nah, yeah. So that's been my way of keeping up my zone 2 training.
Nice.
My strength and conditioning coach, Callum Harper. Another shout out.
Good,
Callum
good.
Harper, give him a follow, hit him up if you want, you know, to work with him. He's real good. But, you know, he said to me, look, while you're, you know, recovering, because I still got a good few months recovery to go, we need to be really working on your zone 2 training.
Yeah.
Out, you know, do your rehab, obviously that's priority. That in itself is like pretty much a full-on training routine. So he said to me, outside of that, you need to be focusing on your zone 2 training, which is, you know, your that kind of talkable pace where you kind of, you know, like if you were to go for a jog or something, and running would
bro, how's it going?
yeah.
That's
running,
a nice pace, eh?
Running would normally be my zone 2 training.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he said, look, since you can't run, I need you on the bike.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days a week for about, you know, 45 minutes. And I was just like, fuck, I can't sit on a bike, stationary bike for 45 minutes. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what can I do? He said to me too, you could use those, what do you call those things?
Those are the Reuben ones.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't sit there for 45 minutes doing that either. So a friend of mine inspired me a bit with surfing and that.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I was like, yeah, I need to do something. And so I got me a little kayak, and that's now my zone 2 training. But I hadn't kayaked for 12 years.
Oh, so you were a bit of a kayaker back in the day.
Yeah. But I paddled rivers, eh? I mean, I loved the sea too. I used to paddle the sea quite a bit too. But
fuck, they do all those ones down the fucking banks and shit. Nah.
Yeah.
Is that that one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah. Yeah, we did some pretty cool rivers.
Yeah.
I had some pretty cool experiences doing that. I also had some pretty dodgy experiences doing that.
Fuck that.
Which is why this kayak that I've bought recently is only for the surf.
Nice.
When we were younger, I think I got into kayaking before I even started college.
Yeah.
And so I was already into it when I got to college as part of the Te Aomuru Kayak Club.
Yeah.
And I'd get picked up by an old school dude in his van, and we'd go out and paddle some rivers. And then coming into college, they had a really good outdoor education program. And we had some pretty elite guys doing it. And they all went on to kind of do it as careers later on. And, you know, some of them have their own brands and sell equipment and teach classes and you name it, right? Yeah, they were pretty good. So pretty experienced teachers as well. But one of those boys who I paddled a little bit with, some of the stuff he paddled was far too crazy for me. So some of that stuff I skipped out on. But when we were maybe 19, he drowned, eh?
Oh, true. What, doing
kayaking, yeah.
True.
Yeah, and so I had kind of not paddled for a little while, but after that I was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But I've got an interesting story about those days. I think it was so last year of college, right? Year 13. We had quite an elite outdoor education program. There weren't many of us in it. There were about, I think it was nine people in it. We did some pretty big trips, some pretty crazy stuff. But the one that takes the cake was a mountaineering trip that we did up Mount Ruapehu, right?
Gee, yeah.
And this is one of the stories that I talk about where I look back and I think, I've had a life.
Yeah.
And I've talked about the story to quite a few people recently too, for some reason, because I haven't talked about it to anybody for a very long time. I almost forget that it even happened, right? So some people that I talk to about it are quite close to me, like my coach Terry. I talked to him about it the other day, and he was like, fuck, I've known you for like 7 years and you've never told me that. Anyway, I'll get into the story. So we went on this mountaineering trip, right? It was can't remember if it was, 3-day trip. 3-day trip up the mountain in the middle of winter. There were 9 students, 3 instructors, right? And so we tramped up the first day. We did a bit of orienteering and stuff around the mountain. It was snowing quite hard. We stayed at a hut that night. And then the next day, we were going to tramp to a place and then we were going to sleep in a snow shelter. Right? So we were going to make our makeshift accommodation, basically. So the next day, got up bright and early, tramped to this location, and we were going to make these snow caves. The instructors said to us, right, us 3 are going to make our own one. You guys can decide whether you're going to make 2 smaller ones, 5 go in one and 4 go in the other, or make one big one for the 9 of you. So us being 17-year-old kids were like, fuck yeah, we'll make a big one. And, we'll stay together, we'll sleep over. So we marked out a square on the side of this ridge on a hill. There was probably, I want to say, this room and another half. So quite big.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah, well, it had to be big enough for 9 people to cook in, sleep in. Right? And so we marked out the square on the side of the hill and piled up snow. There was already heaps of snow, but we just made it big, like an igloo, basically. And on the bottom 2 corners of the square, we had 2 diggers, and they dug kind of to meet each other in the middle so that we had a column and 2 entrances, right? Dig down to the snow, and then down to the rock, and then follow the rock up so that we're up on a bit of a platform, like a shelf. And the idea is, I guess, all the warm air goes up the top. You know, all the cold air goes out through the entrance, and all that snow that we were pulling out, we're just bringing it out, putting it on the top. It was big, bro. It was we all had a little spade, like a climbing spade thing, and a pickaxe each, ice axe, and we were cutting them out with our spades. These big blocks, there were like layers of ice with snow in between. So we'd break through the layers of ice and bring out these big blocks, put them straight on the top, and we even walked on the roof with. We had like a fiberglass rod with measurements on it that we could put through the roof to measure how thick it was, and it was 1.8 meters thick, so nearly 2 meters thick. And so after about 6 hours of digging, we were making some progress, and I was as far up the rock as you could get, so I was in. It kind of tapered off where we were still digging it, right? So I was kind of crouched down on my knees digging, and it just fucking collapsed, bro. And it just squished me flat, bang, like this, with my face, boom, on the rock. And
fuck, that's a lot of weight, too.
It didn't feel heavy, but it encased me. I was stuck, bro. I was stuck. There was nothing I could move. except for the left 2 fingers of my hand. And so I tried to dig to my mouth, to my face, but I couldn't move my hand or the rest of my arm, so I was stuck, right? And I was screaming and crying, and I thought I knew I was going to die.
Like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm done, bro. I knew I was going to die. And at that stage, the instructors had finished their snow cave and they had tramped back to the hut that we stayed at the night before, right? Turned out that there were 4 students trapped. Some of them were all okay. Some of them got out within a couple of minutes, and one of the other ones who was in there for quite a long time had quite an air pocket. He was shielded by a shovel, right? So they were in good positions, but I was
not you. Eh?
I was not good. But anyway, so there were 4 of us trapped. There were 9 students, which meant there were 5 up top. One of them went to go and get the teachers from the cabin that they'd tramped back to, and so it ended up being 4 students digging out 4 students under 2 meters of snow. 17-year-olds, bro. 17. They got me out. They fucking got me out. And by the time they got me out, the teachers had managed, they had time to put on all their gear, tramp all the way back. They were on the phone to search and rescue. They talked about getting a chopper out, but there was a bit of a snowstorm. And so I don't know exactly how long I was in there.
It's a long time, fucking hell.
At the time, they were talking about, around half an hour mark, or maybe even a little bit over. But they got me out, and I survived, and we were quite lucky. Like, even though they couldn't get a chopper up to get us, there was a guy skiing up there who happened to be a paramedic, and he stayed with us a night at the hut, and then we tramped back down the next day. But then I had a bit of an experience after that too, because, we were heading back to the school. School had got word of what had happened, but so had other people. Yeah. And so we were told we weren't allowed to speak to media. We had to keep things quiet. Yeah. We don't think you were in there for half an hour. It was probably more like 20 minutes or something like that. We got back and he's been fucking traumatised. Yo. Oh, bro, I called my parents that night that we were in the hut and I was crying. I said, I couldn't get in touch with them. So I called my brother. I said, you need to get my parents on the phone. And I told them what had happened. And they were obviously worried. And my dad's boss at the time, who I ended up going and working for later as a brickie, his wife was a truancy officer, so she was connected to the school, and she went and tried to find out the information. And even afterwards, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry. As far as we're concerned, Reuben wasn't in the snow cave." Which was crazy. It was crazy.
Almost died, eh?
It was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. We shouldn't have been doing it.
Fuck, that'd have been fucked up. Like, gee, there. Jesus. Fuck. That's crazy, right?
Bro, honestly, I didn't quite know how to process it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
I did end up going out to the paper, which was good. I needed to do that. The school came back to us and said, no, there's kids that didn't want this info in the paper, but I didn't think it was the kids. And yeah, later on I talked to people that were in it. One of that boy who drowned, he was one of the guys who dug us out.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I saw a few parents too in the years after that. Turned out 2 of them had gone in trying to, get the teachers. They weren't happy, bro. True. They were not happy. Both of their kids weren't stuck, But one kid that was digging us out, he wore those snow gloves into his fucking fingers. Another one broke one of those spades I was talking about. They would have been traumatised from that too.
Wow.
And that was big. And after that, I had no interest in school. I was done. I was done. my mum and her partner, they go around the country every year doing the rodeo circuit. They're into horses and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, they met people at these rodeos who said, look, we were booked in to go on these trips, but all the schools cancelled them, except for my school.
Fuck.
Right? The year before us, one of the students, he got fucking hypothermia. We just shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
We just shouldn't have been there. But those are one of those tales that I talk about when I look back and I think, fuck, I've had a life.
Made it ill too, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck,
again, I wouldn't change what happened.
Yeah. Because it makes you who you are, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
It does. And look, I've had some troubled years in my life. Like, when I left school, man, I went down a pretty dark road.
Yeah.
I've had my own things, eh?
Yeah.
But I'm learning to look back and, like, take it easy on myself and think, you know, like, it's life, bro.
Yeah, I guess you can't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just going to eat away at you, eh?
Yeah. And so I just want people to recognise that even though they are struggling right now, if you can recognise that, even if you can't change it, like, in the future you'll feel so much different about that moment. You know? Yeah. So...
Yeah, because fucking, like, back on the suicide, I was like, my bros that were, you know, they were only like 16, eh?
Yeah,
like 17.
crazy.
And it's like, you had so much to live, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it only took like a year to get, or 2 years to, you know?
They don't even know who they are yet.
No.
I don't feel like I even know who I am yet.
No.
In fact, we're always
I'm still
changing,
learning, you know, I don't even know how to be a dad, you know, I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's a different path in my fucking book, you know?
And sometimes it's not necessarily about being that, it's about the journey.
Yeah.
The pursuit of becoming that. It's funny because over the years, you know, go back to the martial arts, I see all of these similarities between martial arts and life.
Yeah.
And it's so deep, man. And, like, a lot of people kind of see a mystical side to the martial arts.
Yeah.
But until you actually experience it and you have these thoughts and you click and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
How did I not notice that? You know? It's crazy. Yeah. I feel like I'm on a good track, bro.
Yeah. You sound like you're on a good... Unless you're surrounding yourself with people, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, like I say,
you.
I'm taking the time to think what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
The world's my oyster now.
Yeah,
bro.
and like, not saying that you're not going to... You know, fighting will always be there if you ever... You know? It doesn't always have to be your main yarn.
Oh, look, I still want to fight.
Yeah. You just got that fighter mentality, I guess.
Yeah, I still want to fight, but I want to do other shit as well, right?
Well, exactly, like you're going out there rafting and shit.
Yeah.
How's that? Like, getting back on the raft? Like,
on the kayak?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe it, right?
Yeah.
I had years where I'd dream about it, bro.
True.
Yeah, in my sleep. I don't even dream about kickboxing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I dreamed about it, and I hadn't had a kayak for a long time.
Fuck, is it free, eh? Like, just out there, eh? Oh, man.
Yeah, you get back in and you're like, holy fuck, it's been 2 hours.
Fuck.
Go and catch some good waves. I love it in the surf, man, because the surf moves so much slower than the water on the river, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit more forgiving. You don't quite get dumped in the same way that you would if you went in a kayak, because I guess when you're sitting upside down, that undercurrent underneath the wave kind of pulls you straight out of the wave. Yeah. So you can get quite confident catching some big waves.
I was scared of that, like, I'm going under, G.
Rolling.
Yeah, just roll.
Yeah.
Just, gee, fuck off. I'm not rolling.
It's just spending time
getting
underneath,
confident too.
right? Yeah. So normally what you would do for somebody when you're teaching them to do it is you would take them into a pool or somewhere that's, you know, the water's still, and just tip them upside down, and you get them to fold forward, kind of hug the kayak, right?
Yeah.
That's really important for rolling, because if you try and roll while you're sitting up, you got all that drag under the water, right? So you have to sit forward, and it's also really important if you're in a river going down a rapid upside down, because you got all those rocks.
Fuck yeah. Right? You're going upside down, straight up, bing, 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 bing.
So you need to tuck forward. And so what people do is they normally teach them, they'll roll them over, put your hands on the bottom of the kayak, and when you're ready to come back up, bang on the bottom of the kayak 3 times. That's sort of the emergency call if you tip up on a river and you can't tip back up. If you do that and there's other paddlers around, they'll come and
Pull,
try and,
yeah.
and roll you back over, right? But just doing that gets you confident being under the water. And then you can look at starting to learn how to roll, all of that sort of stuff. But once you know how to do it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Worst case scenario, you just pull the tab and get
yeah.
out of the kayak.
Yeah. Nice.
So no, it's pretty cool. I feel like I'm catching a lot more waves than the surfers are. So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, what's that like? Are you just like literally riding the wave? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Like you just go another.
I just paddle out through all the breakwater up to the breakers, bro, and then just catch all the breakers.
Fuck, that'd be mean.
Yeah, it's been good.
Would you do that standing paddle? What do they call that? Paddle.
Oh, look, I can't stand on the fucking board at the moment, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even surf.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm just happy I'm in the kayak. But the other thing about it is because it's so short, there's so much control there, and you're using all of your core and your arms. So I'm basically using, your knees come up underneath, and you have pads there. And so if you lift one knee, it'll control the kayak. And so I'm using all of my core, all of my upper body, to do it. Yeah. And I just think it's really beneficial.
Yeah, well, would you get in a workout and keeping off your knees? Or,
Yeah. So, no, it's been good. So it'll be good going out tomorrow morning.
Yeah. What time? 5:30.
Yeah, so...
Why so early? Is that when the waves are hitting hard or some shit?
Oh, no, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. He just... Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with it, man.
Yeah, just go with the flow, eh?
But I asked him, I was like, man, can we try and come back and come and spar, with you fellas at 10?
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, we'll leave at 4:30. So I was like,
actually, fuck sparring.
I was like, never mind. I'll be sleeping at the gym.
Yeah.
The boys will be thinking they knocked out the champ.
Nice.
Can't let that happen.
Not at all.
But it's been really good. I'm just enjoying it, eh? I've been enjoying sparring too.
It seems like you're finding yourself, eh?
Yeah.
Nice, G.
Yeah.
Not nice with the knee, but as you were saying, it gave you more to do, I guess.
Yeah, it just changed the way I thought for some reason.
Yeah.
The other thing that's changed the way I've thought too is the people that I'm letting influence me.
Yeah. It's crazy because, you having this realization now, people don't even realize that, their whole lives,
I know.
They go on like fucking my family and that, they're still stuck in the 90s. They're like having shit parties and shit.
Yeah.
Gee, wake the fuck up, bro.
I know.
But it's on them. I can't fucking change them.
When I was young, I felt like I was trapped in a small town.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of people that feel like that.
Yeah. Huntley. Well, me and the missus stayed in Huntley for 5 years. Huntley is like that, but no disrespect, Huntley.
I mean...
Don't shoot me.
Bro, I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
I've never lived anywhere else.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When I was in my early 20s, I thought, fuck, this is life.
This is it?
This is it, yeah.
Did you not ever have dreams of fucking off to Auckland or overseas? Isn't it?
Yeah, I did. I did. And I never did it because of who I was at the time.
Yeah.
And I had this idea in my head that in order to escape this, I had to leave.
Yeah.
But throughout my life, doing a lot of different things, I realised I don't.
Yeah.
I can live a different life. I can live the life that I want, no matter where I am.
Yeah. Well, you can do it anywhere.
And not only that, but throughout the years, I've developed more of an appreciation for where I live.
Yeah.
And where I've grown up. My connections to here. My connections to here go fucking deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah.
Right? That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But I'm still thinking about what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe going overseas is an option.
Yeah.
When I was on here last, we talked about, do I want to go to Thailand?
Yeah.
And I said my response to you was, I would love to, but it's not in the books because my life's too busy.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking,
I'm not busy now.
I've sold my house.
Yeah. Even just going for a yarn, just to chill, bro.
Well,
go experience something else.
I was looking to go next year anyway with some of the fighters from F16, and I think Shannon and Sandy were going to go over as well.
Like a group trip sort of thing, eh?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, so I was probably going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
But now I'm in a position where I can do whatever I like, and maybe I should just go and stay there for a bit.
Yeah.
Go for a year.
Fuck yeah, bro. Might as well. But then something else might pop up in 3 months.
That's what I mean. You know? And so I can't make that decision now, right? I mean, the house
you can't make it, but it's not going to...
Yeah. Like, the house is sold, but, like, the settlement isn't done until, like, another month away. So I've still got time to think, right? The other thing I've been thinking about is what I want to do for, like, a living, right? And so, like, it would be cool to go to Thailand for a stint, but you don't make any money over there.
Nah.
Yeah, it'll be great for my martial arts stuff, but I've got good stuff going on here as well. And you kind of go over and then come back with the same stuff you went over with, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just thinking about other stuff too, what do I want to do in the long run. And I love what I do now, but it can be quite high stress at times, and I'm not sure if I want to do it anymore. It's good money. Yeah. It's really good money. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. I'm also doing it because it is a passion of mine. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I work for the regional council in biosecurity doing pest plants. All right. So
what does this do, pest plants? Like, so you go and just plant fucking plants?
No, I don't plant plants anymore. I used to plant plants in a job that I love very much. But no, now I kill plants.
Oh, nice. The old yin and yang.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of conservation work in New Zealand consists of killing things. Yeah. I've done the productive stuff and the, extermination stuff. But no, my job basically, so we have a list of plants. We call them weeds, but they're not your garden weeds, right? We have a list of plants at the council in our regional pest management plan. And all of those plants pose a specific risk to the country. Yeah. Whether it's, an environmental risk or an economic risk or a cultural risk or whatever, right? And so a lot of these plants that we've got listed are things that are quite damaging, but also things that we can actually do something about. Okay, so we've got a lot of pest plants out there that are extremely damaging, but they're just way too far gone, like gorse and woolly nightshade and blackberry and privet and things like that. That's not stuff that we really deal with, because we could just throw all of our money at it and not get anywhere, right? So no, we control what is listed as, they call them low incidence but high risk pest plants.
Oh, yeah.
And depending on what they're categorised as in the plan, depends on the way that we approach dealing with them. So we have pest plants that are listed as exclusion, which are ones that may be in other regions, but we don't want them here.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep them out. We've got eradication, which are the plants that we're trying to get rid of completely, trying to wipe them out of the Waikato. We have progressive containment, which are plants that have spread a little bit more, and we're trying to work on those outlying infestations and shrink.
Just to keep it in that little...
Yeah, try and shrink the size of the wider infestation to potentially get it to the point where we could wipe it out.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of our plants in that category, it would be very, very difficult to do that. Yeah. And then we have our other categories, which are less of a priority for us. But those three, they're the important ones, right, that we really deal with. We do quite a bit of enforcement and stuff for the lower priority plants. Yeah. So if people have it on their property, there might be rules that they have to control it, especially if there's a complaint made by a neighbouring property. They might say, look, they've got this on their property. We've been controlling it on ours. We need them to do something to stop it from coming over. So we have rules in place for that, and we enforce those rules, right? Nice. We operate under the Biosecurity Act, which means basically that those powers under the Biosecurity Act give us the power to enter properties and go and do the jobs that we need to do. And so in terms of going and actually surveying for stuff, checking out people's properties, we don't have to tell them that we're there. If we see them, we show them like our our authorised persons card, which is like our badge or
Yeah,
our warrant card, right?
Yeah.
If they're not there, then we fill out a notice and let them know that we've been.
Yeah.
But we've pretty much got more power than the New Zealand police do to go and search people's backyards for these plants. So it's been really interesting. I've been there for 2 years now.
Oh, yeah.
I've grown heaps with it, but it's quite bureaucratic. There's a lot of office work. I organise a lot of contractors and things like that, and I basically try to implement that plan. But yeah, it is a lot. Previously, I had some great jobs. My job that I came from was an organisation called Puni River Care, and they're located at Mangatoto Marae. It's an initiative put together by Ngāti Maniapoto and Ngāti Paretakawa. And that marae Mangatoto is right on the banks of the Puni River. So we had our project there right in front of us, right? An amazing sacred river, right? That river was the border of the King Country back in the day. And so after the land wars and the Waikato happened, and a lot of the land was confiscated, that became the boundary. The Kingitanga moved across into the King Country, and Europeans didn't go any further south than here. Right? And so we were involved in restoring that river, and that was really, that was something special. And I knew it was when I was doing it, but I don't think I realised until later. And I looked at it, and I still, catch up with a few of those people. I mean, they were all, everybody I worked with were, they were people I grew up with or knew, or, there were a few new faces, but, I see them around all the time now, and, and that was awesome, man. We just grew the plants at the nursery, at the marae, and then go out and plant them all along the catchment. And then it was all tikanga based as well. So in the morning we'd do whakarite and karakia and say all of our whakawhanaungatanga and practice haka and everything in Waiata every morning. And then we had a day or two each month doing just tikanga stuff. We went around to all the tangihanga around the region and supported them. The commemoration for the battle at Orako. We managed to go and check out the Rangiriri Pass site where they've rebuilt it. We were one of the first groups to go through there. So that was, oh man, really thankful for that. And I've made some life connections through that I'll have forever. And then before that, I had a really cool job as a ranger, working up on Maungatautari.
Nice, just plant, forest, Yanzi, you like the greens,
yeah, conservation.
Conservation.
I've loved it, and not only have I loved working in that space, but I've worked in all the areas that I whakapapa to. The Puni River, Maungatautari, the Waikato River.
It's kind of spiritually there. Gets that spiritual feeling.
So there's a kaumatua at Mangatoto Marae, Hone Hughes, Uncle Hone. And he said to me, we don't make these decisions, It's our whakapapa. And our ancestors, these decisions were made long before we came and did all this stuff. This path was already laid here. And you hear that and it's like, whatever. Mumbo jumbo. But I look back, bro, and I can't help but just see how everything aligned.
How it is.
Yeah, because the way I got into conservation, bro, was a Facebook post from my marae. I saw a Facebook post. They were looking for somebody from Parawera Marae to go and work up at Maungatautari, because they were looking for mana whenua. And I whakapapa to Ngāti Raukawa ki whare puanga. And so I just put my hand up.
But what were you doing at the time? Nothing.
I was bricklaying, bro. I've been a brickie for 6 years. I hated every single minute of it. Although looking back, I loved it too. There were some great friends that I made through that too. Guys that I'm still good friends with to this day. They're almost more like family too. But I needed to grow, and I realised, like, I need to do something to get me out of this. My old man was a brickie for years and years and years, most of his life. And I know that there were times where he hated it too, and I didn't want to be like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And my old man's changed now. He's happy, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was always keeping my eyes out. Well, no, I lie. I wasn't always keeping my eyes out. But over time, I learned, like, you know, that desperation. I got to keep an eye out. And I saw it. Had nerves to go for it, but I just went for it and went and worked up there. And it was an amazing experience, you know.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Maungatautari is a mountain here in the Waikato, and it has a big predator-proof fence right around the whole thing, right? So in New Zealand, when it comes to conservation in our native forests and conserving our birds, one of the main things is mammal pests, right? So other than a lot of the things that people know about, like the deer and the pigs, which are quite destructive to the forest, the big problem are rats and mustelids, right? Because they prey on our birds.
Yeah. What, are they like possums and shit, eh? Nah.
Yeah, possums. Possums as well. But the rats, there's rats everywhere. There's rats everywhere. And stoats and weasels and ferrets. And so up on Maungatautari, what they did, I can't recall the year that they did it in, but it was quite a long time ago. They built a big, massive predator-proof fence around the whole thing to keep all of those animals out, and then they killed everything off on the inside. The fence is 47 kilometres long, so it's a big area.
Fuck, that's huge, eh?
Yeah, I can't recall how big the mountain is, but I want to say it's 2,500 acres.
What way is it?
That way.
Oh, yeah.
East. Oh. It's only about a 15-minute drive from here.
Oh, okay.
That's where I went up today. Yeah. And so, yeah, they eat our birds' eggs, and it's a huge problem, and there's a lot of our native species that can't survive in our native bush on the mainland because the way that birds adapted, in New Zealand, our only native animals are birds.
Yeah.
Right. Well, lizards and stuff too, but we don't have any native mammals. They evolve without mammals. Yeah. The only mammals that we do have are our bats. Oh, yeah. And that's it.
Fuck, do we have bats?
Yeah, we've got bats.
Fuck, I've never seen a bat, and I don't want to see a bat.
I think we had 3. I think one's gone extinct, and we've got 2 now.
True.
Yeah, my my recall of this stuff is a little rusty, but yeah, there's a lot floating around in there. But yeah, so what happened was, as the birds in New Zealand evolved, they evolved to take niches of mammals, which means that the role that a mammal plays in its natural environment, these birds adapted to play that role in theirs. Oh, yeah. And so I guess you could go as far to say, as an example, the moa would have potentially played the role of deer in the forest, right? Yeah. There's grazers that would have, that eat grass, that would have potentially played the role of something like sheep. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, we've lost over 50% of our species. Fuck. Gone, extinct. Over half of them.
Fuck.
Gone. And there's a lot here that are threatened. Yeah. And we risk losing them. And when we lose them, we lose our forests.
Fuck yeah. People don't know, eh? Like, they don't know about this shit.
They don't know. So we've got a lot of offshore islands where we keep birds. The way that they adapted to protect themselves it doesn't work against mammals, right? Because a lot of the way that birds hunt is through sight. Yeah. Mammals hunt through smell. Yeah. And so there's a lot of birds that have camouflage or whatever as a defense. A lot of them are flightless. A lot of them put their nests in funny places that are easy access for rats and things. Yeah. And so it's a huge issue. And basically Maungatautari, that's the largest mainland ecological island that we've got. We've got smaller ones, but none of them are even close. In fact, for a while it was said that the fence around Maungatautari is the largest predator-proof fence in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's a big place it's really, really precious. And so the idea behind it is that it has then they call it a halo effect, where these birds would breed and then they would leave, and then you would have roots in between the different mountains and bush areas planted up, a lot of the streams with natives to attract them, and then they would have those corridors, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And there's heaps of life up there, bro. It's a really cool place.
Yeah, well, fucking surrounded by it, eh?
Yeah. Another thing that they say is a bit of a selling point is that it's probably the closest to what our bush would have been like before people got here.
Nice.
Because it's thicker, it's alive, right? There's an understory because you don't have mammals coming through and grazing. I guess there's an argument that could be made there that maybe moa would have played that part, and so the bush might have been a little bit more grazed out, but it's pretty special. So I try and go up there quite regularly. I mean, I haven't been up there for a long time, so going there today was,
It's just nice to get away from it all, I guess, eh? You can go up there, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, clear your head out a bit, eh?
Yeah, and just be around, nature.
Yeah.
And when I go on my own, you're not walking with headphones, you're walking in silence. You're not interacting with too much, you're looking around and stuff. But
you're not fucking...
That voice that I spoke about earlier in your head is going the whole time, and it's going louder and louder because you're on your own, bro.
Yeah.
And so it's a really good chance to observe that. Yeah. And actually put in work in that too. Yeah. Because it's a good tell of what you're telling yourself.
Yeah, definitely no outside influences up there.
No.
Yeah.
I saw some pretty cool stuff today. A few saddlebacks, a few falcons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few falcons soaring around up there, screeching out. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
What else is up there besides birds? Nothing else?
Oh, there's loads, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got loads of kiwi.
Yeah.
There was one time going up the quad track there, I nearly run a kiwi over on my quad. I was lucky enough to be involved in kiwi releases and all of that up there.
Oh, yeah.
They've got enclosures with kakapo.
Have you grabbed the kiwi? Have you grabbed
yeah.
Gee, what are they like?
Strong.
Fluffy?
Or... Yeah, fluffy, and they shed their feathers when they're stressed.
How many up there?
But they're strong.
Quite a few.
Yeah, there's heaps up there. I think it's at capacity. Yeah. So they've got to watch what they do with them up there.
Yeah.
You've also got the southern enclosure, which is quite big, but in terms of the whole mountain, it's not. And you've got northern enclosure, which is a similar size.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've got kiwi populations in there, in both of those enclosures and the main mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to, I guess, keep track of them and change them out to make sure that they're not breeding too closely within that smaller population. Yeah. And they also... go and release them elsewhere and things like that. They've also got takahe, which was one of our birds we thought for a long time was extinct. Yeah. And it was found again. So there's takahe up there, not on the main mountain, but they're one of the birds that filled in a niche where they eat grass and stuff, and they live around, kind of, I guess, those lowland areas. Yeah. So there's an enclosure there. There's actually two there with wetlands and things where they have them. They've recently released kakapo up there. Probably, well, when I say recently, probably maybe a year ago or a little longer. But when I was there, all the talk was going on about them going up there, and they're a flightless bird, right? Yeah. And they're only on our offshore islands at the moment. And there was quite an effort put in to save them because they were found in an area in the South Island, I believe, and they were just dwindling, and they were, some dude, I can't remember his name, he basically put them in his boat and just paddled them off to this island, took it on his own initiative. Oh, yeah. Took them out to this island and started the population, and it's kind of continued that effort, and so they wanted to see how they would go up on the mountain, but there were some questions about how they would go, and one of the big questions is, because they're flightless, they climb a lot of trees, and there's a lot of big, massive overhanging trees, tawa and things around the fence. Yeah. So the risk, I guess, was that they'll climb the tree. Over the fence. Yeah, and then they can glide from up high, so they could climb up to a tree and then jump down, glide over the fence, which has happened. Yeah. It's happened since they've released them up there. They've got trackers on them and that. Yeah. But they just, for a start, released stud males that couldn't breed because there was no place for them to go. So they just put them up there and tried them out. They had to modify the whole fence, which was a massive job. Yeah. I've met a few volunteers since then that worked on that project. Oh, yeah. And yeah, it's just been
That's
a cool
buzzy
place to be
though.
involved with.
Fuck yeah, it's buzzy, like, you know.
Yeah, so when I started up there, I was the first person to go between the operations team and the natural heritage team. The operations team worked with the fence, the tracks, did all that sort of maintenance. The track maintenance was quite extensive because there's tracks wherever the fence goes.
Yeah.
So that's 47 kilometres right there, plus a main mountain track that goes right up over the whole mountain, 10 kilometres through the mountain, quad track, which was good fun on the quads, man. We would boost it, bro. You got so confident, hey?
Yeah.
There was one time where I rolled one, and I didn't tell anybody, but I had so much adrenaline that I just picked it back up, bro, and carried on, bro. I had my leg trapped for a little bit, like kicked myself out, lifted the quad back up. I had some interesting experiences up there. I also rolled a ute up there that was a little bit more serious. Yeah. But we had some good times.
Yeah.
There were some really cool people up there. Yeah, I learned so much, but I fell in love with the bush.
Yeah.
And I had gone out to the bush quite a bit before that, you know, bit of hunting and this and that. But that place being, you know, the fact that I whakapapa to there.
That's like you know, walking in your ancestors, you know?
It is.
It feels like you're walking with you.
And the fact that it's so unique, that place is not like any other place I've been to. It's
As
so
you're saying,
special.
like how all the trees and everything are just different compared to around here.
Yeah, so I worked between those two teams. The Natural Heritage team, they did all the pest monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd put out tracking cards in tunnels, which basically was a card where the animal would walk through in a like a black tunnel, and there was ink on them on the card. They would walk up to the bait, walk on the ink, and then go and walk on the card. So we could see what had walked on it, and you'd see loads of different tracks. You could tell the difference between anything. You could see all the different types of geckos and different birds and wetters and, you know, you name it. And then also we would service all the bait stations and rat traps and dock traps. So yeah, no, it was really cool. But one of the really challenging parts of the job was I had to work on call to protect the fence.
Yeah.
And that was a real mission because all the time we had trees coming down on the fence, you know, especially in storms, be the middle of the night, whatever. We had to be out there to cut up the tree and fix the fence. And it happened quite often.
Fuck.
And we were told we had a 90-minute window to get to it once it had gone off. Basically, the fence has a hot wire along the top.
Yeah.
And the sections are quite big, maybe 1 kilometre to 2 kilometres big, and hot wires would run around the wire, and if anything came down on the wire, it would touch the earthing ring, and it would give us text basically to say that there's an issue here, you need to come and check it. So we'd head out there like 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of any sort of storm on our quad bike with the chainsaw on the back to go and like cut up these massive trees in the middle of the night with our head torches in the pissing down rain, cut these trees up, put up a temporary fence, and then fix it the next day. And there was some dodgy situations, man. Some super, super dodgy situations. But yeah, I grew lots there too, and that was what started me on my conservation journey. And here I am. I had one mentor up there who I was quite close with. His name was Lance Tauroa, and he was from Ngāti Koriki, so he was the only other worker up there that also whakapapa to the maunga. Only field worker. And he lived close by, and he was my mentor. He was a part of the team that did all the maintenance on the tracks and the fences. He was quite handy. He was an ex-builder. You know, that marae is right at the foot of the mountain, right? It's right there, and he lived just across the road. And so he basically lived at the mountain and would go up and do these all the time. But he also had a wife who had had a stroke, and he was her full-time caregiver. He was such a caring guy. And he showed me the ropes. He looked out for me when I needed looking out for. And he was really just loving and caring. Do you know Carl Newton?
Nah.
Another Taumuru local.
Oh,
His kids are Lance's grandkids.
okay.
Yeah, and yeah, he showed me the ropes. He mentored me. But one day we headed off on the quad bike. This was the last time I saw him. We were going up to cut some tracks. He took me up to the top. He was just dropping me off, bit of a shuttle. And I went and cut the track, walked my way back down, and then shot up to work the next day, and there's no Lance.
Wow, yeah.
I went out with some contractors that we had there from EcoFX, going cutting tracks, and then in the afternoon I got the call he had had a heart attack, fallen down by his bed. His wife didn't know where he was.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. So that was another big loss.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm grateful, man,
Yeah.
for having somebody like that be able to show me, because he had been there a long time. I think he like 16 years or something, almost the whole length of the project. But he also had that connection to mana whenua and the history of the place, and was able to
Cool that he sort of
teach
took
me.
you under his wing sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And you guys had some relatability there too?
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't have gone any other way, really, because he was the experienced guy. So he was the only one that could have taken me under his wing. The other guys were quite experienced too, but they were younger and they were more out there, like, go and do their own mahi, you know, which is cool. I learned heaps from them too. Yeah. But it was really cool to be tied up with him and have that experience while it lasted. Yeah. But yeah, now, I've had quite a big conservation journey.
Oh.
I think I spent maybe, 3 years or something up there on the mountain. I want to say 3 years at Puni Turn. I've been 2 years in my current job. But I'm just thinking about what I want to do next.
Where's your next journey going to take you?
Yeah, and I actually reached out to Shannon, because, with this martial arts journey that I've been on, I've seen a lot of different walks of life, a lot of different faces come through the gyms. And I haven't realised, but for a long time I've already been playing a role as a mentor for these guys in the gym.
You don't even know that you're doing it, eh?
Sometimes you don't. No. Especially when you're going through your own challenges.
Yeah.
You're too busy to look outside and...
Yeah. Too tunnel vision, eh? Too in your box, I guess.
Yeah. But Shannon, he works for Community Link Trust. And his gym is basically run through them. It's at one of their buildings. And what they do is look after troubled youth who are falling through the cracks. People who are at risk of getting themselves into trouble, ruining their lives too early.
Yeah.
That's his job. And I reached out to him a couple of weeks back and just said to him, hey man, like, I'm kind of in a funny place where I've got some decisions to make, and I just wanted to know what the opportunities were there. And, he's very thorough with his fighters. He's very thorough with everything that he does. And he got back to me straight away with a bunch of information. He sent me his manager's number too. I haven't called her yet.
Yeah.
I will, just for a discussion, just to see.
See what's up.
Yeah. But yeah. Who knows where that's going to take me.
So is it what you wanted to do, like just work with the youth, troubled youth?
Yeah, and I guess the fact that F16 Gym has come out of that organisation, I can see how beneficial Muay Thai and fighting in general can be to people like that, and how it can promote them to look up to people that they may not, a lot of
because
time...
they don't have that look up to, eh?
No. Or even if they do have that,
it's sort of negative.
There's a disconnect there.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect, because when they look up to people who should be their role models, like teachers and things, it's kind of like what I said before, when you've got your own stuff going on, it's like you're so, stuck in your own...
It's too full on.
Yeah, and you've got this you've got this feeling that people don't understand you and where you're coming from. Yeah. So if a teacher says, oh, do this, it's like fucking easy for you to say.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different in a fight gym.
Yeah.
Because when somebody's been, done some things and has, is seen to be accomplished, they wear the scars to show the journey.
Yeah.
Right? And so I feel like so, like in that world, there's an element of influence there that you don't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
And so it's a way for me to incorporate what I've put so much energy into and mix it in with my career as well. That's sort of what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I wasn't to end up with an organisation that that Shannon's with, if I ended up with one of the other ones, who knows? Like down the track, I might be able to start my own thing.
Yeah, well, that's it. And then because you're helping out the youth, and like once again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the suicide. That your yarn could help out. With
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the thing too about fighting, right, is fighting is voluntarily going through tough times, going through adversity. That's exactly what it is. A lot of people who follow it just see
fight, bang, bang, bang.
Or they see the aftermath of people who have made it. And they're recognised and they've got money and they've got belts or whatever, but they don't realise the struggles that every single fighter has to go through, because that's what fighting is struggle.
It's a lonely sport, like for yourself, because you got to go up, you got to go out and train, you can't just sit at home and I'm training now,
Yeah, no, you can't. You have to live the life.
Yeah.
You have to live the life, and if you don't, then it ends up badly.
And then, it shows when you have fights, fucking, like my first fight, lucky I won, fuck. Because I did 1 week of training, and then, fuck, that's enough, and then just started drinking, smoking weed, smoking ciggies, and then come to fight, oh, shit.
Yeah, but see, like, at that level, you can maybe get away with it.
Yeah, but not like pro level, you're done for.
That's what I mean, staying active through my injury, trying to find other ways. If I just sit on my ass, there's no way I'm going to catch up to the guys in my division.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way I'm going to be able to compete with the guys that I've been competing with.
Yeah, they're leveling up while you're
They're
just
leveling
chilling.
up while I'm just doing nothing. Right? So I have to do something. And it doesn't have to be like too much. Just small improvements all the time, consistency.
You don't have to always have to burn yourself out, I guess.
Yeah, but you have to make it you have to ingrain it into you.
Yeah.
And when you can do it, if it's not forced and it rather becomes who you are, then it
becomes second nature,
just becomes second nature. And you just do it because it's just what you do.
And that's what sort of like me, like fucking with the phone, like I want to do all this, I want to do all that, but then I end up getting on the piss and I'm like, fucking fat shit now, and then the alcohol fucking wears on my brain for a couple of days,
Yeah.
And it like plays a big part in like how I'm thinking, how I'm reacting.
Yeah.
I go down to the gym and think, oh yo, I've done a bit of training, I'm sweet for a week, boom, and then fuck it just kills me,
Yeah.
But like I wanna get the fuck, get back down to where the fuck I was at previously, but fuck.
Small things, bro.
And that's what like it eats away at me, if you know what I mean. Like, fuck, you're an idiot. You got on the piss, I might as well get on the piss again. Yeah, well, you fucking didn't get on the piss this time. I might as well get on it now.
Yeah. So, do you know what a prefrontal cortex is?
Nope.
So it's I hope I'm getting this right. That's the part of your brain that makes decisions, right? It sits kind of in the front of your head there. And when you chase things, specifically dopamine, whether it's Facebook, drinking, sex, anything you get addicted to, that shrinks.
Yeah.
Right? And it becomes harder and harder to not do those things. But there are things that you can do to help regrow it and make it stronger.
Yeah.
Basically build your willpower.
Yeah.
There might be small things. If it's social media, next time you go to check your phone, just say, I'm going to wait 5 minutes before I check my phone.
Yeah. It's
those
urges,
those small things.
It's those little urges,
Because
like, it's been like that, it's progressive. I've been doing it for so long that it's natural instinct, to grab my phone or grab a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
Go have a vape. Fuck, even vaping's fucking hard to give up, Joe.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate it.
Yeah, it is.
But then, I like you said, it's better than smoking. That's always my excuse there.
But is it?
Could have been, no, exactly, yeah. Well, it could have been smoking, yeah.
Hey, look, man, I used to smoke when I was a brickie.
Yeah.
It was the fighting that made me give it up. I had a good reason, Had a good reason to give it up. When I gave up, I tried using nicotine gums, lozenges, things like that. But I realized that while I would go and use those instead, I was still going to try and get like a fix.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the same as what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I couldn't quit doing it that way. I just had to quit cold turkey. And it was hard.
Yeah.
But you just make the decision and do it, man. I guess the thing about vaping, like, the argument that people always say with vaping is, well, we don't know what the long-term negative consequences are.
Hey, fuck now.
Yeah. But when people say that, you know, we don't know what the long-term consequences are, well, we know what the short-term ones are, and they're not fucking good.
Yeah.
We're seeing people that are becoming critically ill, having lung disorders, you know, you've heard of popcorn lung.
Yeah, they're popcorn lung in there, eh? Leaky
and other
lungs
things.
and shit.
Yeah. I never heard about 18-year-olds on respirators from smoke.
Yeah.
Right? It's always a cancer later on down the track. Yeah.
Well, fuck, if this is the short term, hey, no, and you're continuously vaping.
Yeah.
Gee, I wake up and where's my vape?
Yeah.
And then I go back to sleep, hey, fuck.
And I think that's one of the things about the habit that's probably harder to give up.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to build that willpower because you can just go and grab it.
It's easily accessible. You can
Whereas
just grab
with smoke, you have to roll
Get
your
up,
smoke
go
up and go outside
Yeah.
and do the whole thing. And then you have your smoke and then the smoke's done. Whereas your vape, it's never done. It's always...
It's always burning.
Yeah.
Fucking no. Gee, and I just, like, my kids are like coughing. Cut it out. Yeah, like, I don't know what I'm doing to them, mate. Second-hand vape. Yeah. Inhalation.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah. No, I think... Yeah, it's not good. I mean, nicotine on its own is probably a little bit demonized. It's not as bad as what it's been made out to be. But in small amounts, right? In small amounts, it's good. I think it's like 5 milligrams. If you're going over 5 milligrams, which is fuck all, then really you're having too much.
Yeah.
Then there'll be some negative consequences. Because the positive consequences can be really good for your brain.
Oh, yeah.
If you use a certain amount. And so I guess as a fighter, I'm really interested in like what's good for the brain.
Yeah.
What can help with longevity.
Yeah.
But then when you have more, it starts restricting your blood flow.
Yeah. And it starts to, like, it's like energy drinks. Like, it starts losing its effect, eh?
It does.
Like,
yeah,
like,
it's addictive.
You know,
it's addictive as anything.
Hey, and then it's so hard to get off it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they trap you in it, and then that's fuck, you're in it now, bro.
Yeah, yep. And, yeah, it's in cigarettes and vapes, it's all the other shit, right? Cigarettes, you've got, you know, thousands of carcinogens and chemicals. And vapes, you probably still do too, but you're also adding in the fact that you're basically breathing in cooking oil.
Yo, why does it taste like sugar, eh? Like, how does it get this berry flavour?
Diabetes from vapes.
Why am I full? Hey, fuck it.
I didn't want diabetes, I just wanted cancer.
Yo,
like, shit,
not diabetes and cancer. Yeah. Fuck it, no.
Yeah, double dose, bro. Yeah. But no, it's, yeah, I mean, like I say, I've smoked. I don't judge anybody who smokes or vapes. But it's not good for you.
Yeah, no. But like, I get to the point like I'll have to replace vape with something else. Like same as like how I quit smoking weed, I had to replace it with something else.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I started hard out drinking.
Well, you know what I'm going to tell you to replace it with, eh?
Just get on that journey, I guess.
Yeah, bro. Kick pads, bro.
Yeah.
Kick pads. Every time you want to take a vape, kick pads, bro. Go hang a bag somewhere, man.
Yeah, I know. But fuck, that's another excuse. Like, I can't hang it anywhere. I can, but it's an excuse.
Yeah, I can't remember if I said this in our last podcast or not, but one of the things that I've tried to be, and probably one of the things that I value the most is to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to have a training space at home. So that you don't have an excuse.
Yeah, you can.
But also, so like that training space, it can't just be a space where you go in and clean all the stuff up and now it's just a garage again. Yeah. That is your space. Yeah. It's a sacred space. Yeah. Right? That's your dojo.
Yeah.
Go in there. Make the habit of going in there. Don't even have to train in there. Go in there and sit there with your thoughts. Go in there when you need a breather.
Yeah.
That's your space, right? That's where you connect with who you are. That's what martial arts is.
Yeah.
It's a link to who you really are, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of people mistake martial arts for just, fucking fighting, eh? But yeah, it's more deeper core than that, as you were
Well,
saying.
the ugly side of it is what makes it like that.
Yeah.
The fact that you're putting yourself into such a risky situation and there's no guarantee that you're going to come out okay.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's your pride that's broken and your ego, or whether it's your fucking body,
Yeah.
or whether you lose your life.
Yeah.
Those are all possibilities, you know. And so when you make the commitment to do it, it's like diving into the well of who you are,
Yeah.
you know. And there's nothing like it, bro.
Nah, not at all.
There's nothing like it.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check this one.
Yeah. Do you want to have a break?